Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to Emergency Management Associates, coming to you from the Area Command, 392 miles west of Kitty Hawk Beach, North Carolina. As we've been doing for quite some time now, we're going to start off this show with the Pledge of Allegiance to the United States of America. I would ask everyone now to please rise.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now would you make welcome, straight from Washington, D.C., the United States Army Corps Quartet.
Yeah.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the
Greatest quartet that I've ever heard sing the national anthem is the United States Army Barbershop Quartet at the Barbershop Quartet Convention in 2015. We really appreciate these gentlemen and what they've done, and we appreciate the opportunity that we have to show them on our program. God bless these gentlemen. God bless all of our servicemen, wherever they might be, here in the United States and worldwide. The other day when I was out at the shopping center picking up some food for Carol and I, we came across two military service members. I stopped and shook their hands, patted them on the shoulder, and thanked them for their service. This is what I expect everybody to do. I appreciate all of our servicemen and women around the globe, wherever they might be. I also appreciate all of our servicemen and women, wherever you might be, representing your own countries worldwide. God bless you all. Bless all of our allied service members, wherever they might be, because they're doing the same service that our U.S. servicemen are doing. They're helping the United States government, the United States military, protect their countries. And we appreciate them so very much. God bless them all. And thank you for your service, guys and gals. We appreciate and love you very much. Have a great day, guys. Now, with that said, I appreciate everybody here as well. Immediately after I went on the air, I saw a lot of people join us, and I appreciate that a lot. Folks, our numbers have been down. I know that YouTube is stifling our numbers. We've gone from 3,000 people that were seeing our program every day down to 654 people last night. 654 people that saw our program last night. That is insane. That is completely insane. Also, YouTube continues to take down our subscribers as well. Please check your subscriptions and make sure you're still subscribed. Okay? For those of you that aren't subscribed, also subscribe to this program. Here you're going to find out about disasters here in the United States and worldwide. We talk about it all the time. I'm going to talk about earthquakes tonight. I'm going to talk about some storms that happened last night and that are continuing today. I'm going to do that because I believe in what we're doing. During the last 3 days, we talked about emergency preparedness. Emergency preparedness when it comes in terms of hurricane preparedness. We specifically stress that. Why? Because people could lose their lives. People could lose their lives. Now, I want to put on the air right now information in regards to now Tropical Storm Francine. It is not battering the coast, but is battering Louisiana and over into Arkansas, Missouri, and over into Mississippi, Tennessee, and Kentucky. So I'm going to show you that information right now. Please stay tuned to what we're doing here.
Francine still dropping a lot of rain to our east. The storm made landfall as a Category 2 hurricane in Louisiana yesterday.
Francine quickly weakened to a tropical depression, but its impact is still being felt in several states. Thousands of people are without power, and many are cleaning up the damage. Ikejachi has more from New Orleans.
Francine wreaking havoc in the south after it made landfall as a Category 2 hurricane in Louisiana.
Open the door and we're like, oh my God. I mean, within 20 minutes, it was flooded outside.
Connie Yates' home in Kenner completely flooded as the storm moved in, the high water trapping her inside.
Everybody was calling, I wish I could jump out. I said, and they like, get out, get out. And I'm like, where do we go? We can't get out. The water's all over.
Now, she's left cleaning up what's left behind, along with thousands of others in the region. Heavy rain and high winds creating damage across the Gulf.
As of right now, have no reports of any storm-related fatalities, and we want to keep it that way.
Some areas seeing 5 to 6 inches of rain per hour. Streets completely inundated. Drivers abandoning their cars and walking instead. Power lines and trees torn down. Thousands left without power.
For us to be able to get our utilities back online, we want, if you do not have to be on a roadway, we urge you to stay off of the roadway.
Local and federal authorities surveying the area.
And we also have FEMA on the ground, with us already. So we're going to be taking a look at everything, getting those damage assessment reports in from our local partners and kind of determining a path forward.
Francine downgraded to a tropical depression this morning, but the winds are still strong and rain is pouring as it moves north. 4 to 8 inches of rain is possible for parts of Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia, Florida, and Tennessee.
Here in New Orleans, they certainly aren't strangers to flooding and hurricanes like this. Francine, the 6th hurricane to hit Louisiana since 2019. Ikejachi, ABC News, New Orleans.
Incredible, guys. The storm is dumping rain over in Texas, Arkansas, Missouri, Kentucky, Tennessee, Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, over into Florida as well. Starting tonight, we're going to see remnants of Hurricane Francine here on the East Coast. We showed you that storm yesterday, what happened as parts of that storm broke off and moved north and east, over to Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida. Parts of that storm are now coming over here into southern South Carolina and Northern Carolina as well. Tomorrow we are expecting sporadic rainfall, heavy sporadic rainfall and some winds. I understand South Carolina's already been inundated with some storm winds as well. Tonight into tomorrow we're going to hear that as well. Storm warnings are already in effect up and down the coastal areas of North Carolina and over here in the mountainous areas as well. So folks, batten down your hatches if you live here in North Carolina and points north. It's going to get rough at times starting tonight and tomorrow. I just want to bring that to your attention because it's not going to get much better, at least for a little while. That storm is going to move north up towards the Great Lakes. And as that happens, the rainfall will probably get a little bit less, but the wind currents, the wind blowing, sometimes straight line winds, is going to stay about 20 to 35 miles per hour, depending on where you guys live. You need to be aware of it. You need to be very much aware of what's going on. I'm just pointing that out because of what we're seeing and what we're being told. So hang in there, guys. Please hang in there. Now, I want to talk about the earthquake that happened here in not here in North Carolina, but over in Southern California this morning, just before 7:30 a.m. At approximately 7:28 a.m. Pacific time, a 5.1 earthquake struck. It was immediately downgraded to a 4.6 and then upgraded to a 4.7. Folks, that's a half magnitude downgrade to 4.6. But guess what? It is a lot larger than that, and I'm going to point that out in just a minute. I want to give you this information from KTLA Channel 5 in Los Angeles.
You probably felt it, a magnitude 4.7 earthquake centered about 2.5 miles northwest of Malibu, hitting at, I believe it was 7:28 this morning, depth of 7 miles, felt widely across Southern California.
We were just listening to seismologist Dr. Lucy Jones, and a few things that she mentioned that were interesting is a lot of you living on the west side really felt the more intense shaking. Obviously, those of you closer to Malibu, but really the whole greater Los Angeles area felt some kind of movement this morning, so possibly, depending on where you were, you felt it too. Of course, the question also that happens right after an earthquake, is this a foreshock? Dr. Lucy Jones talked about that as well. She said 95% chance that there will not be anything bigger following the one we just experienced.
And the good news is so far, no reports of damage, injury, or death. And Dr. Jones was saying that typically you would see a moderate or significant damage at a magnitude of 5.0 or higher. This was below that at 4.7, but at 7 miles of depth, it was enough to trigger enough energy for people to feel it, not just in the greater Los Angeles area, but all the way down into Orange County. We've been hearing reports from folks down in Orange County, east to Riverside County, and of course in the greater Los Angeles area as well. So folks feeling it widely across Southern California. We have, our hardworking journalists in the newsroom were ready to get some video, and apparently we shot some stuff as it was happening. And if we want to roll some of that, we could show people what it looked like in our newsroom as this thing hit.
That was Vera's mirror.
Over here?
Yeah, right.
Dude, that was crazy.
It was
For
the
me
whole
to feel
building
that,
shape.
That's big.
It was like boom.
And then I felt like an after.
Yeah. Still going?
An afterquake. Oh yeah. Are you gonna take that descent, Tony?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Okay.
Well, now we're showing things that I don't know if, I don't know if Vera wanted us to show her shoe collection.
I know.
That's her cubby. And apparently her mirror fell down. I think that was Tony Fote who jumped into action. Now a live picture from Sky 5 as we fly along the coast. I believe you're near Malibu. Rich Prickett, what are you seeing? Oh, okay, he's not ready. But anyway, I don't suspect he will see much. This was, as we look at the coastline, Lucy Jones was telling us this was a strike-slip kind of earthquake. And essentially what that means is you have 2 blocks of land and they're moving past each other. There are others where the land moves up and down. This was strike slip, where essentially you have two plates coming together, two blocks of earth, and one moves one way and one's moving the other way.
Yeah.
And when that happens, it generates energy and waves across the area and the region, and that's what we felt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've talked to a few viewers this morning, and one of our viewers living in Malibu said it was quite strong. She really hadn't felt something that strong in quite some time. And then we talked to Lynn Spillman, wife of Eric Spillman, who lives in the Santa Monica area. And that mention of Dr. Lucy Jones saying those on the west side really felt that shaking. Lynn Spillman was saying how it was longer than she had time to kind of react and move throughout the house. We also have another viewer on the line with us, Victoria Alvarez. Victoria, good morning.
Good morning, Jessica. Good morning. How are you?
I'm well. How are you? Tell us where you are and what it was like for you this morning.
I'm like maybe a mile away from Ventura. I'm in the Oxnard, California.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you feel?
And I felt that I was getting ready to do my bed, and somehow the pictures and the walls started to shake and move. I kind of got a little bit scared because I've been through it. I know how it feels when the earthquake hits.
And Victoria, do you have anyone in the house with you? What was it like for them, and what did the family do?
It's only me and my cat.
How'd the cat react, Victoria? We always hear that pets see it coming.
Like, what's going on? He said not to move, you know?
Yeah.
Victoria, did anything fall off the walls or anything like that?
Nothing fell from the wall. To say that my picture from my family, that didn't fall because it's really up on the wall.
Yeah.
But nothing fell, nothing.
Was it strong enough that it made you think, oh, I should get under my table or anything like that?
Not really, because I know what to do when an earthquake hits. I stand at the door and wait for a while to stop shaking.
Yeah, it's funny that Dr. Jones has said recently that it's better to get under the table because in a really strong earthquake, if you stand at the door is going to be flying back and forth, and that can be dangerous. So just for the future, but I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, I'm okay. Nothing happened. I have a TV that is on top of my dresser. That didn't fall either.
Oh, good.
But mostly the only thing that did shake was the bed.
Yeah. And Victoria, did you talk to any friends or family that live in the area? What did they have to say?
I haven't spoken to my aunt because she lives like not too far from here.
Yeah.
I think I know they felt it because my aunt goes to work at a certain time. My neighbors, I haven't talked to them because they either still in bed or watching TV. But mostly I'm the one that felt it because I was getting ready to get into the shower when it started to shake.
Yeah. Well, Victoria, we're glad you're all right, and we appreciate you letting us know what you experienced this morning. Thank you so much.
Are you?
Okay, that was it. I wanted to play that for you because the news people in the station felt a lot of shaking. This is in downtown Los Angeles. KTLA studios and offices are in downtown Los Angeles. And that's something that we needed to talk about. Okay? That's very much what we needed to say. Because, folks, I'm going to show you seismograms all over Los Angeles County that show nothing. Absolutely not one thing. Okay? It's bad. It's very bad when Caltech and USGS deny that anything happened. And that's basically the story. They're denying it happened. But it did. It very much did. Now I'm going to talk about Southern California fires in just a minute. I want to show you what happened though. I think this is very important that we show you what happened. Let's go over to the USGS map now. Okay? I'm going to take down my mug here. I'm going to take down our banner here. Okay? I want to show you what's going on. Now, the United States Geological Survey is showing some aftershocks after that quake happened. This quake was on land in Malibu, California. It was very much on land. One aftershock was reported off the coast of Malibu here. It was a 1.4 tremor. 1.4 tremor. But over here on land here in the Malibu Hills, what they call the Malibu Mountains or Malibu Hills, that's where this earthquake struck. They called this a 4.7 earthquake. It came out as a 5.1 earthquake. A 5.1 earthquake. Look at all the aftershocks that they are reporting. Now, depending on who you talk to, there are a lot more aftershocks than they're showing here. But I want to show you this picture here. It's very important we understand what happened today, because I'm going to show you information right now that might shock you. Literally. Okay? I'm not kidding here. The information I'm going to show you now may shock you. I have been gathering this information literally all morning long into this afternoon. I talked to Rob 52. He's one of my dearest friends. His daughter lives in Los Angeles. He told me that his daughter felt a very strong jolt. A very strong jolt. And her house shook. And her house shook for several seconds. It wasn't just a minor shaking either. The earth moved where her house is. Okay? I'm not going to tell you exactly where she lives, but the earth moved where Rob's daughter lives. It's incredible what happened. It really is incredible. But I want to show you something else here. Okay? I've been collecting information, like I said, since early this morning, right after the quake happened. And it's very important we understand what actually happened. Okay? Without that understanding, we don't know anything. We literally don't know anything. Okay? Let me show you this information. Okay? This is from the back seismologist study page from the United States Geological Survey. They reported a 4.7 earthquake. It came out as a 5.1. They immediately downgraded to a 4.6 and then up to a 4.7. But I want to show you what happened here. Okay? This shows that 4.6 here. It shows 6 stations reporting it. 6 stations reporting it. Now, folks, you notice what it says here. No station details. Meaning the seismographic information is being hidden. Because the USGS does not want you to see it. And there's a good reason. Now you see also where it says 4.98. It says 21 stations reporting, 21 seismographs reporting the information. Guess what? They have station details here. But it was not a 4.9 either. You notice this also says 4.63 with 21 stations reporting. 21 stations. It's very interesting because this was not a 4.63. Notice where we went here. We went to the 5.18 earthquake that was first reported. 161 stations reporting. 161 stations reporting. Now I'm going to show you a lot of information here. Not as much as USGS has here. They say that 161 seismographs reported this information. And that very well may be true. They probably showed a lot more seismographic information than that. But notice what I'm going to show you now. 5.4. This is each individual seismographic station. Every seismograph is reporting a different outlook here. Notice this, 5.4, 5.4, 4.8, 4.9, 5.0, 5.7, 5.4, 5.7, 4.7, 5.5, 5.0, 5.0, 4.9, 4.5, 5.3, 6.0, 6.0. Now, it is unknown where this seismograph that recorded this 6.0 was. It could have been right in the Malibu Hills here. We don't know. But a 6.0 was recorded here. Also, 5.3, 5.7, 4.9, 5.2, 5.7, 4.7, 4.5, 5.1, 4.8, 4.8, 5.0. And this could continue all the way down to report every seismograph that reported this earthquake. Okay? It has to be higher than a 4.7. NCWQ Worldwide News and Disasters Explorer says too many readings for it to be at 4.7. I agree. Okay? This, I believe, was a minimum of a 5.4 to a 5.6 earthquake. A 5.4 to a 5.6 earthquake. The readings go on. You can go over to the USGS map that I just showed you. You can click on the earthquake. When you click on the earthquake, it brings you to the back seismologist study page. You scroll down until you get to the word origins. ORIGINS. You click on the word origins. Then you come up with a page that will read exactly like we showed you here. Literally exactly like we just got through showing you here. Showing you the different seismographs or different outlooks where USGS recorded this earthquake. But you have to go to the one that was more likely to have been the real reading. Okay? You always have to do that because they will show you anything that they want you to see. If we went to the 4.6, it would not be showing us what we just showed you. Okay? They want to downgrade it. They want everybody to believe that nothing happened here. They want everybody to believe that nothing happened here. Yet something did. Okay? They show a 5.18. That's where the earthquake first was. Then they downgraded to 4.7. It was not a 4.7. It was not a 4.63 either. They went from 4.6 to a 4.7. It was not a 4.7. They also listed this as a 4.98. It was not a 4.98. It's listing 21 stations here. Here it shows a 4.69 here. 6 stations and no station details. No station details. Why? USGS, what are you hiding? Lee Rom says the sound is blurry, and I'm sorry about that. Let me go over here to my monitor where I can monitor the sound here. Over here to my monitor where I can monitor the sound here. I don't think the sound is blurry at all. NCWQ Explorer says it's a 5.5 or 5x5 sound where she's at. BFS Life says Ron just found out a 5.9, then was turned down to 5.1. Okay? I saw a seismograph pull up a 6.0 reading. We showed you a bunch of 5s. We showed you a bunch of 5s here. Okay? It was more likely a 5.3 to 5.4 earthquake. It could have been as much as a 5.6. We showed you enough details here to prove that. Now, Lucy Jones said, don't worry. It's okay. Nothing happened. Just like you, Lucy Jones always says. Well, it's okay. Nothing happened. Okay? Now, I want to disprove what she normally says here, or what she said about this earthquake in Malibu today. Okay? There's a reason I'm going to say that. Okay? She said there's a 95% chance that this earthquake will not be larger than this, that there will be no larger earthquake than the 4.7 here. I already showed you that it was at least a 5.3, 5.4, with a reading of about 6.0. One seismograph recorded 6.0. Okay? But what is going on here? USGS wants to make it seem like nothing happened here. Lucy Jones said that the chance of another large earthquake was nil. A 95% chance that no other earthquake is going to happen. Let me tell you this. On the USGS website, it says there is a chance, a 25% chance, that any one earthquake that happens can have a larger earthquake attached. Meaning we could see a larger earthquake than this one. A 25% chance. It's not a 95% chance that it won't happen. There's a 25% chance that it will. That means it's a 75% chance that it won't, not a 95. So there's Lucy Jones lying to us again. Lying Lucy. Okay? I just can't believe this. USBS wants to make everybody believe that nothing's going to happen. And yet it did. These earthquakes that hit Malibu, California this morning were 10 kilometers deep, 6.2 miles deep. There were some aftershocks that were 11 kilometers deep, which is maybe 6.5 miles deep. This was a very shallow earthquake. Okay? A very shallow earthquake. If this was a deeper quake, it may not have felt like it was today. If this was a deeper quake, a 5.0 quake or larger, people around Los Angeles would not have felt it like it was felt today. I want to promise you that. No matter what USBS says, and I really don't give a flying rat's frosted keister what they say. What they say doesn't bother me. I just don't care. But folks, there is still a 25% chance that there may be another larger earthquake coming. I just want to put that out there. Okay? There's still that chance. Now, folks, this was a little bit larger. This was a half magnitude larger than what they're saying it is. This was at least a 5.3 to a 5.4 earthquake, at least. It could possibly have been 5.5 to 5.6. USBS wants us to believe it was less than that. It's not. Like I said, don't give a flying rat's frosty keister what they say. It doesn't matter what they say. Because we always know that they are lying about it. They don't want anybody to know what's going on. Literally. They don't want anyone to know. That's what's sad about it. That is exactly what's sad about it. Now I want to show you another picture here. The United States USGS is not reporting the number of people that felt this quake. Instead, they're putting up a felt map. They put up a felt map that would show where people felt it. Literally all over Los Angeles. And I want to show you this. Again, this is a very important piece of equipment, a piece of evidence. Okay, so let's go over here and show it to you. Let me bring it up here. Okay, why didn't it show up? Let's go back over here. I'll find it and show it to you. Again, I want to emphasize that they're not telling everybody how many people felt this quake. They don't want to let anybody know. They really don't want anybody to know how many people felt this quake. That's a sad deal. No wonder it showed up on a different data sheet here. Okay, I'm ready to show you this. Instead of reporting how many people felt this earthquake, this is what they're showing us. Okay? Now I'm blowing it up here so you can see it. It says United States Geological Survey, USGS, Community Internet Intensity Map. They're calling it an intensity map. It's a map showing where people felt this earthquake. Up into just south of Delano, California, out into the desert. Look over here at Bakersfield. Look at Bakersfield. Let's look over here into Santa Maria. Even had a report from Santa Maria, California. Lompoc to the north, and up further north of Pasadena. Grapevine area. Look at the people up north of Pasadena, up in the Grapevine. Santa Clarita. Now I checked the Santa Clarita seismogram and it shows nothing. It absolutely shows nothing, as if the earthquake never happened. And yet you see the people felt this earthquake. Simi Valley. Then over in Malibu, look at the number of people over in Malibu. We go over into downtown Los Angeles. Look at the number of people that felt this report all over Los Angeles. And yet, guess what? We went to pull the seismogram from Los Angeles and it shows nothing happened. It does not even show the earthquake happened. Long Beach. I'm going to show you a seismogram from Light Hype in Long Beach. Okay? Yes, it did happen. It very much did happen. Look over south of Long Beach in Irvine, along the Interstate 5 corridor. People there in Irvine felt it. San Luis Obispo felt it. Going down to Oceanside felt it. All the way into downtown San Diego, and guess what? I tried pulling the seismogram from downtown San Diego, from the San Diego Gas and Electric Building in Mission Valley, and it shows nothing hit there at all. No tremors, no nothing. Okay? Fell down into Hemet. Let me enlarge this map a little bit more so you can see it. Look over here in Hemet, California, out in the desert, Orange County, California. Nothing. Yet we've had people out in Hemet that felt it. Rialto. A lot of people felt it out there. But again, the United States Geological Survey isn't showing anything. Showing nothing. And I'm going to show you seismograms right now of what's going on and what happened today. Okay? It's important we understand what went on and what didn't happen. But again, the United States Geological Survey still wants everybody to believe that nothing happened. Okay? They've admitted it. Lucy Jones admitted it. Oh, there's only a 95% chance that something might not happen at all. She did not even say it right. There's a 25% chance that there may be a larger quake. Not a 95% chance that nothing will happen. Okay? So I made my piece there. Now, I want to show you the seismos, meaning the seismograms from Los Angeles. It's important we understand what happened. Now, I told you last night that I was going to show you seismograms from LA tonight. I want you to know what happened. First, let's go out to Catalina Island, just off the coast of Los Angeles. Look at this. The seismogram out at Catalina Island showed the quake. Look at that. 7:28 a.m. this morning. They cut off the top and they cut off the bottom of this report because they don't want anybody to know how strong this quake really was. They're showing at least a 3.0. We all know that it was a lot stronger than that. Look over to the right of the quake, though. Look to the right. This quake shows that the seismogram shows that this quake lasted about 45 seconds. That's very strong shaking. That's one of the tip-offs here to say it was larger. But look out to the right of the main shaking. Okay? The main shaking is a P wave, a primary wave. The secondary wave is all the seismic activity out to the right of the primary wave. Look how long the secondary wave shook. Look how long the secondary wave shook. 4 minutes. 4 minutes until it actually dissipated, completely dissipated. That tells you that this earthquake was a lot stronger than Lucy Jones or the United States Geological Survey said it was. This seismogram alone reports the quake, and it shows very much a true image of what's happening, except where the agency cut off the top and the bottom of the seismic wave, not allowing us to see the exact strength of the quake. Okay? They cut off the bottom and the top. That's what they do when they don't want anybody to know what's going on. Let's go out to the Channel Islands, also off the coast of Los Angeles. Again, look at the primary wave here. Look at the primary wave here. Look how strong and how long the ground shook. This was out in the Channel Islands off the coast of Los Angeles. The Channel Islands, folks, is on a earthquake fault out to sea off the coast of Los Angeles. It's connected to Malibu. The earthquake fault is connected to Malibu, so it is more likely to show exactly what happened. This earthquake was stronger than they said it was. Again, they cut off the top and the bottom of this seismic sequence. It shows the ground shaking for nearly 2 full minutes. The ground shaking for nearly 2 minutes. This proves that it was a lot stronger than a 4.7. A lot stronger. Closer to a 5.5, 5.6 quake like I said it was. Then over here on the left-hand side to the right. Okay? The blue line here is 7:30 a.m. this morning. Notice the primary wave is still moving here. The primary wave is still moving. Then the secondary wave kicks in. The secondary wave lasts 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Again, this was at least a 5.4, 5.5 quake. Sage Pup says he keeps getting booted off by commercials from YouTube. Yes, that sucks. I've got a monitor monitoring what YouTube is doing. I'm having the same thing happen to my YouTube feed here. YouTube wants to get paid. YouTube is upping the number of commercials they're putting on the videos. I'm not getting monetized like everybody believes I am from all these commercials that YouTube is putting on this program. I might get 2 cents per video. 2 cents per video. But you can darn well better believe that YouTube is getting paid a lot more than that. Okay? It's sad. The people that put together these programs like myself, we're called creators. We don't get paid what some people might think we are. Okay? I get paid by you guys contributing super chats. If it wasn't for you guys contributing super chats and also sending us donations through PayPal or to our post office box, we wouldn't get anything. And I would not be able to keep this program on the air. It takes money, I found, to keep this program on the air. Okay? Just my bandwidth, just my internet, costs me $204 a month. That's just internet. So I can do this program. It takes bandwidth, a lot of bandwidth, 1 gig of bandwidth, $204 a month. Incredible. I appreciate all of your support, I do. During the past couple weeks, we have not gotten any PayPal payments at all. One of my cousins sent us a PayPal donation the end of August, and then again right after the turn of the month in September. Those are the only 2 PayPal donations we've had. I got 1 donation in the mail as well. 1 donation. I also got Laura, who sent us a debit card, an American Express debit card, which we appreciate. But that's all we get here. That's all we get. Juby Joe says they pay for 1 gig $131.99 a month. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? I have to pay $100 more than that. And not just that. Carol and my rent went up $100 this month. Our rent went up $100. Last month, our gas and electric went up as well. We're just barely making it. Carol and I are just barely making it. YouTube has no clue. They have no clue. If it wasn't for you guys helping us, Carol and I would just shut this channel down, which is a sad state of affairs. I want to show you this seismogram here. This is from down in San Diego County, southeast San Diego County. This is Campo Elementary School. Look over here on the right. 7:29 a.m. this morning. They're showing that earthquake felt in southeast San Diego. No, they're not showing a 5.0 or a 4.7, but they're still showing the remnant of that earthquake over in Malibu. All the way down in southeast San Diego County. But the seismogram from over at USGS seismograph over at the San Diego Gas and Electric doesn't show anything. Nothing. Not even tremors. Not even tremors. Let's go out to Barstow. Out in the desert area of Barstow, it shows the earthquake here. Again, the United States Geological Survey and Caltech cut off the bottom and the top of this quake. It's not showing adequate or accurate measurements here. Not at all. But at least it's showing that the quake happened and they felt it in Barstow. Okay? Diane Kelman, thank you for the $2 super chat. We appreciate that. Diane Kelman says, I'm challenging everyone to help Ron out. Diane, I just gave you an EMA sticker on your super chat, and I'm also giving you a thumbs up for helping us. Thank you so much for that. Yes, we do need help. We do need help. NCWQ Worldwide News Explorer here is giving us another super chat for $2. Becky, I appreciate that. She's matching it. Becky, I dearly appreciate that. Becky also has some financial issues herself. She's got a car that just barely runs. Nobody's even helping her out. Nobody's helping her out. She has her own channel that she's been keeping up for several years now. But hardly anybody but me and a handful of others watch her programming. Christine is over here on the chat saying price gouging from the establishment. I agree. That's exactly what it is. Rebecca says here on the chat here, it's on a wing and a prayer. She's just barely making it. Carol and I are just barely making it as well. We appreciate all that you do for us. We really do. Diane Cummins says, come on and join the EMA love train. Thank you, Diane. I appreciate that so much. Tony Otto is here in the chat. We appreciate you being here, Tony. He says, I am certain it was significantly higher than a 4.7. I live over 60 miles away, and the whole 3-story building I was in swayed for approximately 2.5 to 3.5 seconds. Isn't that interesting that a 3-story building would shake for 3 to 5 seconds and sway? It was a lot stronger than it was. And he was 60 miles away, and his building swayed. Okay? Roger Reynolds says he had to dump cable TV a few months back because it was too expensive. We are about to dump cable TV as well. Cable TV is another $130, and we've cut it back to only about 15 channels because we can't afford it. We can't afford it. And we may cut cable TV off completely. Annette Louise Walker is saying, why are these lines diagonal in the middle? I'm not sure what you're saying. They're diagonal here in the middle. On this particular seismogram, we don't see any diagonal lines here. These are vertical and horizontal lines here. The smaller horizontal lines are tremors here. And I don't even think that the tremors here are being reported correctly. Okay? Judging from all the other seismograms we have here, I don't believe any of these agencies are reporting anything correctly at all. Diane Cummins says she had to call and threaten Spectrum, and they did lower her bill. Carol and I went to Morganton City. Morganton City controls our cable. Morganton City gets their cable from Spectrum. We can't go to Spectrum, and I tried. We can't go to Spectrum because Spectrum doesn't control our cable. Morganton City did, and Morganton City wouldn't do anything to help us, so we just had to cut the number of channels that we get here. And we're still paying through the nose for it, and we may drop that completely because we can't afford it. June Love just gave us another $2 super chat. Thank you so much, June. We appreciate that. She says, I'll match it too. I also gave you an EMA sticker and also a thumbs up for that. We really, really appreciate it. Wilson says he only uses internet, no pay for TV. No sports at all. Not anymore. I hate commercials. My wife and I don't give a flying rat's butt about sports at all. Occasionally we used to watch the LA Clippers and the Los Angeles basketball team. I don't remember what the other one was, but there's the Clippers and the I can't remember. But she used to love watching that. We've cut all the channels off but local. We got about 10 channels now. I think it's about 10 channels. Rich's YouTube channel is here in the chat saying, NCWQ, I'm sorry, you're amazing for what you do. She is. Rebecca's awesome. Catherine Sigurdsson in Canada says she only has data now, never watch cable, just use Wi-Fi. Pretty soon that's what we're going to do as well, because we're paying through the nose for Wi-Fi. Okay? We're probably just going to use Wi-Fi on our phones and on the computer. Carol has a computer too, but she rarely uses it. I use this computer to put this program on the air. Okay? Anyway, this is Barstow, California. Demon Catman just gave us another 2 pounds here. Dean, thank you so much for what you've done. Dean is one of my mods here, and he's also one of my dearest friends. Dean, thank you so much for what you do. God bless you. I just gave you an EMA sticker, and I also gave you a thumbs up as well. Rob52 just gave us another $5 super chat. And I gave you a sticker, and I'm also giving you a thumbs up. Rob says, for those to become channel members. Folks, you can join this channel. You can join this channel as members of our channel. We'd really appreciate that as well. Now, you can also do, besides Super Chat, you can do channel memberships as well. Okay? You can go to channel memberships. Just below this video, we have a program description. At the top of the program description, guys, guess what? At the top of the program description, we have a way to join this channel as a member of our channel. Join as a member of the EMA family here. The first level is, level 1 is $1.99 a month. The second level is $2.99 a month. The third level is $3.99 a month. I'm not like all the other channels. I understand that a lot of people cannot afford membership. Some channels charge as much as $50 to $100 a month for membership. I don't do that. I want to make sure people can afford to be here. That people can afford to watch our channel. I want you to be able to do that. I don't want you to be limited to watch our channel. It's not fair to you. It really is not fair to you or anybody else. I've kept the memberships very low. So anybody that wants to can join our channel. I would like everybody to be a member of our channel. And in all actuality, everybody could. I understand that the government of the United States and other countries have done stuff to limit funding or limit money that people get, limited their income. I totally get that. I totally understand that. And a lot of people can't afford anything but food, rent, and that's about it. But I appreciate everybody here that helps support this channel. Now I want to go over, besides Barstow here, I want to go out to Cajon Pass. Look at this. Cajon Pass is east of Malibu on the Interstate 15, on the highway. It's 4 lanes in each direction. The seismograph is located off to the side of the highway. Here, they're still showing this earthquake. Again, the top and the bottom of this sequence has been cut off, not allowing everybody to see how strong it was. Juby Joe says he's donated on PayPal, so we get the whole kit and caboodle. Juby Joe, I appreciate that so much. My wife and I really appreciate it. PayPal takes very little money away from me. YouTube takes 40 to 45%. 40 to 45% of all money that you give me, YouTube keeps. So every time you guys give me something, YouTube takes a good percentage of it. If you guys go over to PayPal or Venmo and send me money, I get to keep 90% of it, 95% of it, which I greatly appreciate it. But Juby Joe, thank you so much for that. God bless you all for your donations. God bless you for being members of our program. God bless you for being here as part of our program to get this information that we give you. Now I want to take you out to Bakersfield. Out here in the desert of Bakersfield, it's still showing this earthquake. Okay? I wanted to show you these seismos because down in Los Angeles, they don't want you to see what's going on. Or they have erased the quakes completely. But even out here in Bakersfield, Cal State Bakersfield is showing this quake. And they're showing this quake to be 2 minutes long. 2 minutes long. Even over towards Los Angeles, they cut it down to less than 45 seconds. This quake lasted nearly 2 minutes. The shaking lasted nearly 2 minutes, and then the secondary wave took over, as you can see here, after 7:30 this morning. Okay? 4 minutes worth of shaking afterwards. Okay? NCWQ, Becky, I sure appreciate you. Thank you so much. She just gave us another $1 super chat. I just gave you another EMA sticker, and I also gave you a thumbs up for that. Becky, please be careful. I don't want you ending up not having any money for yourself and your family. Juby Joe just joined us as a level 3 subscriber here on the EMA channel. Juby Joe, bless you. I appreciate you, girl. That means so much to my wife and I. God bless you for that. Arnold Smith says there's 13 Western Union locations in Morganton. Yes, there are. You can also, and what Aubrey has done, Aubrey has donated money at the first part of the month. She sent it to Walmart, and we've gotten a notification from Aubrey every time she sent us money to Walmart that I can use to go over to Walmart to retrieve the money she's given me. There is a ID number, a reference number that Walmart gives us to retrieve the money. You have to know the full name of the person that's sending you the money to Walmart. You need the reference number and the amount of money they're sending you, and you can retrieve the money from Walmart. That's what I do. Heidi Petrick just gave us another $2 super chat. Thank you, Heidi. God bless you for that. God bless you. But anyway, this is what Bakersfield is showing. Isn't it interesting that all these locations here are showing the magnitude of this earthquake? Even though it's cut off at the bottom and the top, they're still showing you us the earthquake. Okay? But what I'm going to show you next shows nothing. Out in Lancaster, Fox Airport in Lancaster, look at this. It shows tremors here, but it doesn't show any part of the 5.4, 5.5, 5.6 earthquake of what it really was. It was not a 4.7 quake. This is Fox Airport in Lancaster. It's showing nothing but tremors. It's insane. Over at San Jacinto College, San Jacinto College, it's a community college in Hemet, California. Look at this. It's showing nothing. It's showing absolutely nothing here. But they changed the seismogram here. It's showing 5 p.m. last night at the top, going down here to 1800, 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 9, 10, 11, midnight, and then it shows going down here to 4 a.m. this morning. It does not even show today's earthquake. Doesn't even show today's earthquake. This is San Jacinto campus in Hemet, California. Again, it's showing nothing but tremors here. Nothing but tremors. Let me show you another one. Rancho Mirage, California. Again, out in the desert. Why is it that the other locations out in the desert showed the earthquake, and out here in the desert here, Rancho Mirage and over in Hemet, they changed the seismogram to only show earthquakes after 5 p.m. last night to 4 a.m. this morning? Why are they doing that? Why are they doing it? Again, on this particular seismogram from Rancho Mirage, California, it's only showing tremors here. A lot of tremors. Okay? How about Victorville? Out where Isaiah's granny lives. Look at this. Again, this is last night. The top line here is 5 p.m. last night. But up here on the top, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 minutes after 5 p.m. last night, 5:09 p.m. last night, we're getting a 2.3 earthquake. A 2.3 earthquake out here in Victorville. This is on the San Andreas Fault. The San Andreas Fault. But we pulled this seismogram up so you can see what's going on here, and all we have are tremors out here in the Victorville area from the San Andreas Fault. Nothing but tremors here. Let's show you another seismogram here. I want to go over to Los Angeles now. Baldwin Hills. Baldwin Hills is the oil and gas pumping operation in Los Angeles. Again, this seismogram here shows from 5 a.m. on. From 5 a.m. on. Again, this is in the Baldwin Hills. This is about 30 miles east of Malibu. About 30 miles east of Malibu here. Look here. This is pretty much showing accurately the earthquake. However, it's still topped off on the top and the bottom of the quake sequence here. It's not showing us the true strength of the quake. However, it is showing us the length of the time that the earthquake shook. In this particular case, it's nearly 4 minutes worth of shaking. Nearly 4 minutes worth of shaking here. That's a lot of time that the earth shook here. This is a heck of a lot of time that the earth shook here. It's also showing a very long secondary wave as well. Unreal. Unreal. I just looked at the chat here, and Catherine Sigerson in Canada is saying that YouTube will still take subscription money when the channel is taken down. YouTube does take the channels down. My last channel that was up for 4 years, YouTube took down. And you guys paid me money. And YouTube kept it. YouTube kept your money when they took my channel down. They spanked my hands. Within a month, I was back up here on this channel. You're not supposed to do that. I think YouTube says you have to wait 6 months to start another channel because they want to spank your hands. Within a month, I was back on the air. I had to grow my channel from 25,000 people. When they took it down, I had 25,000 subscribers, and I had to grow my channel all over again. It's taken me a year and a half to get up to 6,000 subscribers. I'm nearly at 6,000 subscribers right now. It's like 5,705 or 5,706 subscribers. I would love to be in November, I would love to be at least 6,500 subscribers at least. That's what I'm looking at. Now, I'm not just asking all of you to tell your friends to subscribe to this channel, unless you like this channel for the information we give you. I'm not wanting to grow this channel for me. I'm wanting to grow this channel for everybody that will have access to emergency information and disaster information when it happens. That's what we do here. That's what we do here. Okay? Arnold Smith says YouTube stole $13,000 from another channel, never to be seen again. That's what YouTube does. They steal money. They steal money. It's not enough for them to have commercials on our channel. It's not enough for them to have commercials that they get highly paid for. But they only give the creators of the channel cents on the commercial. 2 cents per commercial. That's nothing. That's nothing. Catherine says she remembers when my channel exploded. I was getting to be very popular. I was getting to be so popular that people called me a personality. A YouTube personality. That was cool. But again, I'm not into it for myself. I'm into it to make sure everybody gets important information. Anyway, this is the Baldwin Hills oil and gas pumping operation in Los Angeles. You can see here we have tremors as well. Even after that 5.5, 5.6 earthquake that happened this morning in Malibu, look what else is happening here. We also have some earthquakes here. Earthquakes that happened after that earthquake hit. The next earthquake happened at approximately 8:41 a.m. this morning. 8:41 a.m. this morning, there was another 2.8, 2.9 earthquake. And then another 2.4, 2.5 earthquake at approximately 9:38, 9:39 this morning. But overall, they have tremors here in Baldwin Hills all the time. This earthquake shook up Baldwin Hills. Let me tell you what happens at the oil and gas operation here in Baldwin Hills in Los Angeles. When an earthquake is going to happen, their oil and gas production slows down. Why? Because the oil pressure beneath the pumps slows way down. Oil pressure slows down and they can't pump enough oil and gas. That's when the Baldwin Hills oil people know that Los Angeles is going to get hit. Then the earthquake hits. Then it takes a time period for the oil and gas pumps to get enough oil and gas to keep pumping. It slows the pumping operation down before the earthquake and after the earthquake. Okay? Now, I want to go over to Chino, out to Chino on the other side of Los Angeles. Look here at Chino. Chino's also showing this earthquake, but Chino's always getting hit with tremors and minor earthquakes now. They're always getting hit with tremors and minor earthquakes, and you see these minor earthquakes and tremors hitting here. But again, they're showing the earthquake from Malibu hitting harder here. Okay? They're showing this earthquake hitting here at least a minute and a half long. At least a minute and a half long. However, the total earthquake shaking lasted 4 minutes here. And that's what it's showing here as well. But you can see the other tremors and minor earthquakes that are happening here over in Chino, California. My friend, dear friend, Art Robinson lives in Chino. He talks to me about earthquakes happening there all the time. Now let's go over to Del Amo, the town of Del Amo in Los Angeles. This town of Del Amo is north of Los Angeles City. Again, we see that same earthquake here. 4 minutes worth of shaking. 4 full minutes worth of shaking. And here, Del Amo, side to side, top to bottom, shaking here. Tremors and minor earthquakes here. Top to bottom, side to side, all day long. We don't normally see this at Del Amo. We see it at State Street over in Anaheim area. We also see this over in Lighthigh over Long Beach. This is Del Amo. A lot of shaking today on Del Amo, California. Let's continue here. I want to show you Ellis. There's less and less shaking here, and they're not even showing the Malibu earthquake here, meaning they falsified the data. Usually at Ellis, we have 1.5, 2.0 earthquakes, and it's just barely showing tremors here. I have a feeling this seismogram has been totally tampered with. I don't believe it's even true at all. I believe they have lied about this seismogram completely. Okay? I believe they completely lied about this seismogram completely. Let's go over to Fontana, also on the eastern side of Los Angeles. Fontana, look at this. Yes, we're seeing more and more earthquakes in Fontana. We're seeing the Malibu quake here as well. Here we're seeing nearly 2 minutes worth of shaking here. Nearly 2 minutes worth of shaking. Look all over this seismogram from the time it started shaking at 5 a.m. this morning. Up on the top line. Up on the top line. Let's see here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5:08 this morning. A 2.5, 2.6 earthquake on the top black line. 2 minutes later, all of a sudden we get multiple shaking. 2.5, 2.6, maybe 2.7 earthquakes. It goes off the chart. It goes completely off the chart. Okay? Probably 2.7 earthquakes, minor earthquakes here. But look at all the other shaking here. Then we can go back to the bottom of this seismogram here. Okay? The bottom here is showing 130 on the blue line. 130 on the blue line. However, let's go over here to the right on the black line. The black line over on the left-hand side will be 1 o'clock. So now we're looking at 1:12 p.m. 1:12 p.m. on the black line. Look what happens at 1:12. A 3.0 earthquake. A 3.0 earthquake. That's quite a quake. Then, over on the blue line, after that, this is approximately 1:41 p.m. this afternoon. Again, another 3.0 earthquake here. Fontana, California. We have been seeing these kind of earthquakes hitting Fontana for over a month now. Maybe a little bit longer. Isn't that something? We're getting 3.0 earthquakes in Fontana, California quite often. Every day. Literally every day. I have friends living in Fontana. I have friends in Rancho Cucamonga. I have friends in Loma Linda. They tell me they feel shaken here every day. Crazy. Rebecca was telling everybody here in the chat that there's a way that people can leave people can leave, what's it called, memberships here for other people here in the chat. I've tried here putting that up here under my control, but I don't think I have any control over it. I see fan funding here, I see live chat, and I see top chat here. I clicked on fan funding, and I'm only seeing that the donations you gave me in Super Chat. I'm not seeing anything else. If you're able to give other people memberships here, please do it. I just don't know how to do that myself. Renee says she doesn't have community moderation on hers, and she's a moderator. Isn't that interesting? Unreal. Unreal. Anyway, let's keep going. I want to get through this. It's already 8 o'clock here. And yes, I came on the air after 6:30 tonight. Let's keep going. I showed you Fontana. Let's go over to JPL in Pasadena. This is what really gripes me. Look what they're not showing in Pasadena. They completely took everything down. Earlier today, there were tremors listed on the Pasadena seismogram here, but they have taken everything down. They hardly show anything happening at JPL, the Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena. They don't show Malibu quake happening, nothing. That means Caltech and USGS scrubbed everything from the Pasadena site. Isn't that just the way they are? They don't want anybody knowing what's going on. Let's go over to Laguna. Laguna Niguel. Look what's happening here. Again, they're not showing the earthquake in Malibu here. This is last night, 5 p.m. last night. All they're showing here in Laguna Niguel, south of Los Angeles, are tremors here last night. Why are they not showing the seismogram from today? Inquiring minds want to know. Okay. Now I want to go over to Light Hype. This is over in Long Beach. Look at this. Again, this is last night at 5 p.m. The top black line is last night at 5 p.m. Yes, we are showing 2.4, 2.5 earthquake at the top. We're showing side to side, top to bottom seismic activity. Mostly tremors and minor earthquakes. Mostly tremors and minor earthquakes. But this only goes to 4 a.m. this morning. This is proving to us, yes, Long Beach is getting hit. We know that. But why are they not showing the current stability of seismic data in Los Angeles today? Why are they not doing it? I showed you that they scrubbed the seismic data from many, many seismograms today in Los Angeles. Completely scrubbed it. Here at least you're seeing seismic data from early this morning, before the earthquake in Malibu. Now let's see here where we're at. Downtown Los Angeles. Downtown LA. Here we're seeing the data from 5 a.m. this morning. 5 a.m. this morning. Why are they not showing the Malibu data? Why are they not showing the Malibu data? Again, they've scrubbed the information from the seismogram. They are lying about what happened in downtown Los Angeles today. This is at the great big huge skyscraper, in the basement of that great big huge skyscraper in downtown Los Angeles. The LA City County building in downtown LA. They completely scrubbed it. Arnold Smith is asking me to show the power outage map before we close up the channel today. I think I'll do that as well. Okay? This is downtown LA. They scrubbed the Malibu quake off this. This renders this seismograph completely false. They scrubbed that. What else did they scrub? We don't know. They've hidden the information. I want to go over to now Mira Loma, just south of Loma Linda. I told you folks that many times I have friends in Loma Linda, just north of Mira Loma here, that tell me that earthquakes shake. They're not showing hardly anything here today. Usually they do. Usually they show 2.5s, 3.0s, and 3.5 earthquakes happening over in Loma Linda, Mira Loma area. This doesn't even show anything but tremors here. Nothing but tremors today here in Mira Loma, California. Not showing hardly anything here. Nothing. This is last night too. They're not even showing us correct information here. This is last night from 5 p.m. to 4 a.m. this morning. It's false data. False data. Let's go over to Moore Park. Moore Park is a city, town, north of Los Angeles. Look what we're showing here, though. Okay? Last night again. Last night. Look what happened last night. Moore Park. I want to show you where Moore Park is on the map. Right now we're showing you what happened last night. 5:02 p.m. last night. At least a 3.0 plus earthquake hit over there in Mira Loma, or Moore Park last night. Then, after that, at 8:43 p.m. last night, there was another earthquake here that's showing down here on the right-hand side. Again, this earthquake was cut off at the top and the bottom here. We do not know how strong this earthquake was. It was at least a 3.0 earthquake, though. Moore Park, California. Let me show you the map where Moore Park is. Moore Park is right here. Okay? Moore Park is right here. Actually, see Moore Park up to the left here. Okay? You see Alamos Canyon here, Alamos Canyon Trail here. You see Moore Park College up here to the top, but Moore Park is up here to the left. Okay? You see the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library here. Just west of there is where Moore Park is. It's a community of Los Angeles. But at least you have an idea of where Moore Park is. Now, I want to show you something else. I have a picture of Moore Park here as well. That is the town of Moore Park. Again, Moore Park is north of Los Angeles, and it is a suburb of Los Angeles. Okay? I've driven through Moore Park on the highway here. All right, let's continue here. I want to get through this information here. I want to show you Rancho Palos Verdes. Rancho Palos Verdes is east of where my wife was born. This is on the western side of Los Angeles. Look what they're not showing there. Look what they're not showing here. Again, this is last night's seismogram. They're only showing tiny tremors here. Yet, over here, in Rancho Palos Verdes, they have landsliding now. They should be showing more than just tremors here. They should be showing 2.0, 2.5, and possibly even 3.0 earthquakes here in Rancho Palos Verdes. They're not. They're posting false data here in Rancho Palos Verdes here. Caltech and USGS, you should be ashamed of yourselves. You should be completely ashamed of yourselves, posting false information. And I'm going to take advantage of it. I'm going to make sure everybody knows what's going on. Let's now look at Santa Clara, California here. Look at this. Nothing but tremors. Again, this is 5 p.m. last night to 4 a.m. this morning. Nothing but tremors. Santa Clara has a lot more seismic activity than this. False data. False data. Let's look here. Okay, I'm also wanting to show you now Santiago Peak. Santiago Peak is a high mountain in Los Angeles. A high mountain where the television stations and the radio stations have antennas on top of it. So they can reach out over the greater Southern California area to broadcast. They're showing just tiny tremors here. Again, this is last night. This is just last night. Tiny tremors. Folks, we've had full-blown earthquakes being shown here on Santiago Peak before. Again, they're scrubbing the information. They're putting up false data here as well. Okay? I want everybody to realize what's actually going on. Renee Sept said they almost kicked her out of our program tonight. I can't believe what they're doing, what they're getting away with. That's crazy. Now I want to go over to Anaheim, California. State Street in Anaheim, where Disneyland and Knott's Berry Farm are. In the past, we've had wall-to-wall, top-to-bottom earthquake activity. Tremors, minor earthquakes, and small 3.0, 3.5 earthquakes here in Anaheim. Yes, we're still seeing some of that. But again, this seismogram is only showing 5 p.m. last night to 4 a.m. this morning. We're still seeing 3.0 earthquakes here. We're also seeing 2.0, 2.5 earthquakes here in Anaheim. Look at that. This afternoon, at approximately not this afternoon, at 3, I want to say 3:10, 3:11 this morning, a 3.0 earthquake. Unreal. Unreal. An earthquake just after 2:29 a.m. this morning. You look up here to the top, this seismogram, we're seeing other earthquakes here as well. 2.0, 2.8 earthquakes here. Up at the top here, 5 p.m. last night. 3 minutes after 5 p.m., where we have a 2.6, 2.7 earthquake. Interesting. Interesting to say the least in Anaheim. Because in past days and months, we've had constant 3.0 earthquakes all over this seismogram. Yet we're only seeing possibly 1 or 2 3.0 earthquakes. All the rest are just tremors and minor earthquakes. State Street, Anaheim, Knott's Berry Farm area. Okay? Again, downtown Los Angeles at the City County building. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's a sad day. It's a sad day when Caltech in Los Angeles decide they're not going to show anything at all. Yes, USGS has their fingers in this as well. Okay. I want to go over to Playa del Rey, Marina del Rey. Playa del Rey and Marina del Rey, they're not showing much of anything at all. Squat. Squat. Again, this seismogram is only showing activity after 5 p.m. last night down to 4 a.m. this morning. But we know darn well there's more activity than this, even during those hours, even during that time period. They're still not showing accurate information. Nothing. Not a thing. Not a darn thing. Juby Joe's asking, so mods, how many in chat don't have memberships? Probably 90% of people here in the chat do not have memberships. I'm just saying. Most of our mods have memberships, but a lot of people here do not. Yes, we do have some. We do have some, and I'm grateful for that. Catherine Sigerson is in the chat saying there's a planetary alignment coming up in October. I think she said she thinks she heard about it. It hasn't happened like this since AD 790 or 790 or 79, AD 79, sorry. It's not exactly similar. I think it would be square. Yes, I do believe there's a planetary alignment coming up. I'll get you more information about that in the coming days. Juby Joe's asking, so there's no ability to see specs here? I don't have that information in front of me, or I'd give it to you right now. I don't have the ability to show it to you right now. But Playa del Rey, Marina del Rey, it shows almost nothing here. They scrubbed this seismogram as well. Heaven forbid they can be honest with us. They scrub the information. Now I want to go over to Walnut La Puente. This is over on the eastern side of Los Angeles County. Walnut La Puente is a volcano caldera. The towns are built in the caldera, a volcanic floor. The volcanic floor is actually a summit of the volcano left over with lava left over when the volcano last erupted. The city and the town were built in the caldera. What you're seeing here are earthquakes happening from magma down inside the volcano. Earthquake activity, non-stop. Literally non-stop here. Again, it's showing from last night at 5 p.m. until 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. this morning. Look at all that activity. Again, 3.0, 3.5 earthquakes, and they're covering up the exact strength of the earthquakes. They cut off the top and the bottom of these earthquake sequences. But you can see how strong these earthquakes are out there in East LA, eastern Los Angeles County. Richard Smith says, holy jumping catfish, Batman. Oh yeah, big time. Big time. Rob52 is here in the chat saying, go to Emergency Management Associates in the program description of the upper program description, and you can find out how to become a member. There's a link there. There's a link in our program description just below this video today. You can click on that link and I'll tell you how you can join EMA membership here. And we'd appreciate it. We'd appreciate it very much so. Catherine Sigerson said she doesn't understand why they would build there. Most people aren't telling them it's at the top of the volcano. Would you buy a house at the top of a volcano or anywhere near a volcano if they told you there could be a house built there? Would you buy the house there? Probably not. But they didn't tell anybody that. They didn't tell anybody that. Look at all the earthquakes. And people are feeling these earthquakes every day. Every day, Batman. We show you these seismogram all the time. Walnut Law 20. It doesn't change. It literally does not change. Now, I could show you other seismograms from San Diego County, but it doesn't really matter. Borrego Springs, northeast San Diego County. Borrego Springs is in northeast San Diego County, the Anza Borrego Desert State Park. Look here. I had told you and showed you in other places all over Los Angeles and in San Diego County, they didn't report the earthquake in Malibu. This proves over here in San Diego County that San Diego County did feel the earthquake. This proves that they did feel the earthquake because the earthquake is being shown on the seismogram. Earth shook. The earth shook and the seismograph reported it. Northeast San Diego County. Insane. Insane. Let's see what else I have to show you here. I want to show you also out at the top of the Chocolate Mountains. Cuyamaca Cuyamaca High School. Top of the Chocolate Mountains. This is far east side of San Diego County. All we're seeing here are tremors. There is no evidence of the Malibu quake or any other activity here. Just tiny tremors up here at the Chocolate Mountains. Why? Because the San Jacinto Fault is here. The San Jacinto Fault is here. We're seeing tremors here. Let's go down to El Centro. Let's go down to Imperial Valley. I can't wait to show you this. I can't wait to show you this. Let's go over to Imperial County, El Centro. Last night I told you, and I've told you before, and I showed you seismograms from El Centro, California. They have earthquakes like this all day long. Every day. Literally all day long. What are they showing us here? From 5 p.m. yesterday, 5:02 p.m. yesterday, a 3.0 earthquake. And you can see other 3.0 earthquakes happening literally all day yesterday and all morning this morning. I think I counted 16 3.0 earthquakes within about a 12-hour period here. A 12-hour period. That's a lot of 3.0 small earthquakes. This is happening every day. When we have our friend from El Centro here, he talks to us all the time about the earth shaking over in El Centro. It's incredible. Juanito talks about it all the time. This happens all day long. Literally all day long. There's a town just north of El Centro. It's called Imperial. Look at this. Again, we're not seeing the earthquake from this morning. This is only showing us seismic data from 5 p.m. yesterday until 4 a.m. this morning. However, over here in the town of Imperial, we're seeing at least 3.5 to 4.0 earthquake activity. Today, last night I should say. This started off before 9:30 last night. Started off about 9:27 last night. Tremors. Within 30 seconds after, or 60 seconds after that, we had the first 2.0 earthquake. And after that, it got to be 3.0 larger. And that seismic sequence lasted nearly 2 minutes. Nearly probably about a minute and a half. Then we had a secondary wave after that. That secondary wave lasted 3 minutes. That tells me that this earthquake is probably closer to a 4.0. A 4.0 over here in the Imperial Valley. And USGS did not show it at all. USGS did not show this earthquake yesterday at all and still not showing it. It's as if it didn't exist. Didn't exist. Now, I want to go over to Holtville. This is southeast of Imperial, the town of Imperial, southeast of Brawley. This is the Salton Sea Desert Research Station in Holtville. Look at this. Not only is Holtville having tremors and 2.0 earthquakes, but look here. Okay? 7:30 yesterday evening. A quake sequence here. Now, I don't believe that was a 3.0 earthquake. It might have been. It might have been. But the seismic activity was partially covered up by activity after the earthquake happened. Meaning after 7:45, 8 p.m. and on. But we're seeing an awful lot of activity right at 7:30, and it continued for 3 minutes, 4 minutes. That is still an awful lot of activity here. Holtville, California. Tremors and earthquakes, Holtville. Let me show you earthquakes over at Bombay Beach, over on the southeastern side of Salton Sea. The San Andreas Fault flows north and south on the, not flows, but goes up and down the eastern side of the Salton Sea, north to south. It goes right through Bombay Beach. Look what we're seeing here. We're seeing some volcanic activity, but we're also seeing activity from the San Andreas Fault. The volcanic activity is from the south of Bombay Beach, though. There is a volcano just south on the southern end of the Salton Sea. It's called the Salton Butte Volcano. And you can see that wavy line here on the seismogram. That is showing magma coming into the magma chamber. That's why we have that wavy line. The other seismic activity here are due to the San Andreas Fault. That's an awful lot of activity on the San Andreas Fault. And yet, they're not showing any earthquakes except over in the area where Isaiah's granny lives, in Victorville. Very little other activity shows up on the San Andreas Fault. The San Andreas Fault is very active. Now, guys, I'm going to tell you this. I believe we're going to have a large earthquake on the San Andreas Fault in Southern California. The San Andreas Fault is over on the eastern side of Los Angeles and over here in the Imperial Valley, east of San Diego. Again, we had a major earthquake at the U.S.-Mexican border on April 3rd, 2010. It was at least a 7.1 earthquake. And again, scientists are saying now it's probably closer to an 8.0. I believe we're waiting for another earthquake like that. And it could be it will happen in the same location, Calexico and Mexicali area. It's very likely it will happen in that same location. However, it may happen further north, in the Imperial Valley or up in east of Los Angeles, Banning, California, Redlands, California area. That's where I believe it will happen, not just down at the Mexican border. Okay? A lot of damage, nobody killed because it was at the Mexican border before. However, if it happens anywhere else, people will die. There will be fatalities, there will be injuries, and property damage all over the place. It's going to happen. It will happen. Now, I showed you earthquake activity in Westmoreland in the Imperial Valley last night. I want to show you Westmoreland today, right here. All we're seeing are tremors here. Minor, very tiny tremors. This is all that the USGS reported here in Westmoreland, California. This is the southwestern side of the Salton Sea, Westmoreland, California. All they're showing here are tremors. I believe USGS and Caltech scrubbed the seismogram because there's a lot of other activity on all the other seismograms here in the Imperial Valley. I believe they scrubbed the seismogram because they don't want to report what's going on. They don't want to report what's going on. Does anybody have any questions for me? Does anyone have any questions for me? Now I'm going to go over and look at the U.S. power outages. Yes, Richard, the richest YouTube channel says USGS lies. Oh yeah, we prove it every day. We prove it every day. They don't report all the earthquakes around the world, and heaven forbid, they don't even report all the outages here in the U.S. Well, not outages, earthquakes, sorry. They don't even report all the earthquakes here in the U.S. It doesn't happen. I believe they don't believe they need to show it. I believe they do. It's my philosophy that they have to report it, but they're not doing it. USGS is the preeminent seismic agency of the world, the largest agency in the world, and they have more seismologists, and they have more volcanologists, and they have more earthquake personnel than anybody. But they don't show it. They never will. They never will. Plain and simple. I've been doing this now nearly 6 years. 5.5 years. USGS will never be honest with anybody. I'm convinced of that. They just never will. Now I'm going to do 2 more things while we're on the air tonight. I promised Juvie Joe and you others that you want to see the outage map. I'm going to show it to you right now. Look at this. I'm showing you the outage map now. People without power. This is over in Alabama. Again, part of that storm from the hurricane came over here, and we reported about it. Here we have 10,000 plus people without power in Alabama. People over in Louisiana, over 100,000 people are still without power. Power will not be restored in Louisiana probably for another week or 2. And then there still may see people without power even after that. Okay? Louisiana and Alabama have places without power. And I also believe in southeastern part of Mississippi, we have people without power there because of the hurricane. That's what's going on. Heather says, sorry she fell asleep. Heather, no worries. Heather broke her hand the other day, well, a week or so ago. We've offered prayers for Heather during this past week or so, and we ask our Heavenly Father to bless her. She's gone through a lot. She's been going through a lot of things in her own personal life. We love our Heather. She's a great leader. She's a great sister to all of us. We appreciate her ever so much. She's been an inspiration to a lot of people here on this channel. And we all love her. We all love her. Now, one more thing before we exit this channel tonight. I have fires to talk about. This morning, KTLA in Los Angeles, the TV station KTLA, had a fire alert. I want to show you this information as well.
And now turning to the raging airport fire that's burned more than 23,000 acres in Orange and Riverside counties.
Firefighters say that favorable weather conditions are helping them fight the flames, which is now 5% contained. KTLA 5's Chip Yost live now in Lake Elsinore with the latest. Chip?
Yeah, hey there, Glenn and Lou. We are above a smoky and hazy Lake Elsinore. You can see back here, and the reason why, well, you don't have to look far to see why either. The hillsides right on the edge of Lake Elsinore are scorched from this airport fire, a fire that started in Orange County on Monday. We'll talk more about the bigger picture of this fire in a moment, but first, want to update you about some horses we told you about yesterday. You may remember yesterday afternoon, we showed you this video of some horses off of Ortega Highway on a ranch right in the middle of the burn scar. You can see around the whole property where those horses were scorched earth, but where the horses were in the house above where they lived, where they were at, they were okay. The only problem was they needed water. We're told that some water lines were broken in the area. Just a little bit ago, we drove back up there. We saw firefighters were giving those horses some water. So that's some good news. Those horses are doing okay, even though they were right in the middle of this airport fire. Now let's show you some video of some of the damage, some of the places that weren't so fortunate in this airport fire. We know the airport fire has done a lot of damage. There have been some homes lost, a lot of cars burned. We don't know the exact numbers on either of those or the amount of property lost in this fire, but we know there has been some. We've been up in there. We've seen it. But there has been some good news. Late yesterday, we got news that the fire had only grown a little bit since the previous update, from around 22,000 acres to around more than 23,000 acres yesterday. They also, another piece of good news, it grew from 0% containment to 5% containment. A little bit ago, we spoke with an Orange County Fire Authority captain who said today things continue to look good.
The weather, it's much cooler today. The relative humidity has gone up, and we've had this great marine layer all morning long. So basically the fire spread has been minimal. So it grew a little bit overnight, but we have firefighters able to work. It's so much cooler. You know, it was in the hundreds and the high 90s those first few days, but we're getting this great recovery, and so our containment lines are growing.
There are still evacuation orders in place both for Riverside County and Orange County. Again, this started in Trabuco Canyon and Orange County on Monday and moved into Riverside County. It's on both sides of the Ortega Highway. That map shows you some of the evacuation areas. Of course, things could change. If you want some updates on the Riverside side of things, you can go to rivcoready.org and find some updates there on the Riverside evacuations. On the Orange County side, you can go to a website, ocsheriff.gov/airport fire, ocsheriff.gov/airport fire, to get some information on the latest news about evacuations. But things looking pretty good, and as he said, the temperatures are a lot cooler than they were just a couple of days ago. For now, reporting live here in Lake Elsinore, I'm Chip Yost, KTLA 5 News.
Okay, that was a report from KTLA. I've noticed that KTLA has given us a lot of good information. I used to have one of my friends that used to work for KTLA. I wanted to show you that particularly because it was at Lake Elsinore. We've seen earthquakes just north of Lake Elsinore there before, 4.5 up to 5.1 earthquakes just north of Lake Elsinore. And now there's fires there. There's fires there. I've also told you that in the summertime, and probably right now as well, it's hot there. And Lake Elsinore has water there. The water is coming from runoff from the mountains and the area around there whenever there's rain. But there's no rivers or even streams flowing into Lake Elsinore. As a result, that place stinks. It smells like sewage. It smells like rotten eggs all summer long. Yet there's a lot of people that have houses and even restaurants around Lake Elsinore because because it's a pretty area. It just reeks from the lake. I've talked a lot about Lake Elsinore before, and now I've shown you Lake Elsinore and the fire in Orange County that's burning in that area. Last night we showed you Northern California and Southern California. Tonight I want to just show you Orange, California. That fire is still raging. Okay? Do you guys have any questions? I've shown you a lot of information here. Catherine Sigerson said there's smoke from fires, forest fires all summer long up there in Canada as well. Yes, there is. Terrible, terrible fires in Canada. And yes, we're even seeing some smoke that has come over into Montana, Wyoming, North and South Dakota as well. Unreal. It's getting blown here into the United States as well. Happens every year. Roger Reynolds says lots of these fires are started by arsonists. I agree. I totally agree. Do you guys have any questions for me that I can answer for you tonight? I appreciate all of you that have been here. I ask all of you to please subscribe to this channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And when you click on the subscription button, also click on that little bell icon right next to it. That should get you notified when we come on the air. When you click on that button, there's 3 items that will be on a drop-down menu. Click on the word ALL. That should get you notified whenever we come on the air. But be advised, YouTube doesn't even do that half the time. They decide who they're going to notify that we come on the air and who they're not. Folks, please subscribe to our channel. Please urge your friends, your neighbors, your family and extended family. Urge your people that you associate with here on social media, and also urge the people you work with. We want to build up our subscriber base so we can keep people notified what is going on and also how to be prepared for any kind of emergency situation. That's why Emergency Management Associates is here. We are the only YouTube channel that covers disasters, emergencies, and emergency preparedness. Okay? We talk to professionals here. We talk to the lay public here. Everyone deserves to know what's going on. We appreciate each one of you. Now, folks, I want to go over to the scriptures here to give you a devotional here. I've been talking about this all day long. I've been working to provide a devotional here to you every day for the past maybe 4.5 years. I want to go over here to Isaiah in the Old Testament. Arnold Smith, I asked for power outages here. Go over to U.S. power outages on the internet, and it will show you all the power outages throughout the United States. Okay? U.S. power outages. Okay? Google it. I don't have an app for it. Google U.S. power outages, and you'll find that. I showed you a few minutes ago all the power outages in the United States, most of them over in Louisiana, southwestern Mississippi, and over in Alabama as well. Anyway, let's go over to Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 52, verse 7. Isaiah saw our day. Isaiah saw our day. In chapter 52, in the last days Zion shall return and Israel shall be redeemed. The Messiah shall deal prudently and be exalted. In verse 1, awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion. Put on thy beautiful garments, O Israel, the holy city, for henceforth thou shalt no more come into thee, the uncircumcised and the unclean. Shake thyself from the dust. Arise and sit down, O Jerusalem. Loose thyself from the bands of thy neck, O captive daughter of Zion. For thus saith the Lord, ye have sold yourselves for naught, and ye shall be redeemed without money. Verse 7. How beautiful upon the mountains are the feet of him that bringeth good tidings, that publisheth peace, that bringeth good tidings of good, that publishes salvation, that saith unto Zion, thy God reigneth. What beautiful inspiration we have from the prophet Isaiah. Again, he saw our day. I love Isaiah, and I think we all should. Brothers and sisters, I love you. I come on the air every day for you. I don't do it for me, I do it for you. I want you to have this information. I believe it's important for your own struggles and your own lives. To save your lives and save the lives of your family and friends and those that you care about. May God bless you. May God be with you this day and always. May God touch your hands and give you strength. May God bless you and put his hands on your shoulders and your head and give you blessings from heaven. God be with you this day and always. God be with you until we meet again. We will see you on the other side tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. EMA on YouTube. God be with you until we meet again. We'll see you on the other side. Good night, everybody. Much love.